Hello everyone, this is Cookies, and I've got turn 50 for you. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So enchantment goes up. We do cast Mind Hunt, but we unfortunately do not kill whoever that was. I think it was aimed at the Gentile, but maybe there were scouts underneath as well. We do have some battles. Let's see, anything of interest. One of our raiding parties gets killed by a Gentile. We're getting raided a bit. Another battle over Hinnom. Alright, do I see if this is interesting? Okay, it's not. Well, it could be fun. Let's see, we got this. Commander. Oh, this stuff is retreating. Never mind. I was wondering if it was like 3 on 7, how they might do. Alright. Then we've got a battle in Yomi. Putting it back under siege with a bunch of Draconians. Pangea now attacking Pyrene. Okay, so I had originally invited Pan to attack Pyrene with me because I thought Pyrene might become a problem if they got all of Yomi, particularly for me. And then I started, and then Pan got distracted in a war against Marverni with Airmore. So I just went ahead and started doing my attack. And now Pan is showing up. So this is going to be the next entrant of the war against Pyrene. And might help turn the tide a bit. At least for me, since I'm getting my ass kicked. But we'll have to see how that ends up working out. Do have an arena. So we'll go ahead and check this out. Alright, so the Teotl of Rain shows up. This is a people's arena, so slave collars come into effect. So this guy won't get to buff himself. Does have Krupp's bracers, does have 2 swords. I thought the giant sword was a 2-handed sword. Oh, I guess not. Okay. Oh, but its size required 6. Okay, that's cool. So it's only usable by giants. Alright, as is in the name, we got a Venomous Bite. So 3 big attacks here, pretty kitted guy. No buffs though. Also comes with a mob. Whole bunch of frogs. Going up against a basic commander. And these frogs are sacred. They will not be blessed though, but they do have a poison spit. And they do have a trample attack, although they're only size 4. I think this guy's just going to walk up and kill this guy though. There we go. So that's the first fight. Then we've got Kaelasa and Bante. What is this? Lets him cast a lightning bolt. That's clever. And then we've got this guy. With a 45 HP, strong poison sea snake. Then he's got a short spear. He's also sacred. And was scripted to retreat. Whoops. Alright. So we don't get to see how that goes. And then Pyrene and Kaelasa. So this guy has a Burning Pearl. It's a Tartalo. Oh, are you... Oh, and this one's... Oh no, the Feeble Mind is from the Slave Collar. That's fine. Also scripted to retreat. Why is everyone scripted to retreat? Okay. Then we've got Zabalba and the commander. This time he spawned with three, was it jaguar toads? I think it's just gonna be too much stuff. All right. So those were some interesting arena scripts. Let's see. So we cracked the fort. Chaco is defeated. The fort being this throne here. So what this should mean is we should get a fight out of Pyrene. So let's take a look at our scripting. We have some Soul Slay, some Coral Blessings, Basalt Blessings, Inferno Warriors. Gift of the Furies is for morale and attack. They have a lot of fear effects, so the morale is nice as well. Inferno Warriors for the, is it the Fire Shield effect, which is useful against especially Skelly spam. Heat from Hell to try and fatigue them out. Steel Slice Warriors to try and punch through. Some more Soul Slay. More Steel Slice Warriors. We got Quagmire and Grip of Winter, but coming a little bit after, doing some Winter Ward for Cold Res. Yeah, and this is kind of nice, just having like a recruitable water for and a little bit more Steel Slice. Unfortunately, Heat from Hell and Grip of Winter, I did not know this, but they completely cancel out. Because it's cloud effect, so it's just not going to do anything. Unless only one of them stays up. But I wasn't willing to test it, so I was like, screw it, I'll test it in the game. In addition, we're going to try attacking or raiding here into the swamp, secure retreat route. We've got our Yeti crabs with us. Also got some stuff to secure Vath here. Moving back to try and, oh, not really secure this. And yeah, we got a small little raid in Dreher Caverns. We're also going to try and lift the siege on Cradle of Life. And we're going to push into Dragon Ridge with some more troops. But yeah, a lot of these forts falling to Yomi. So Yomi is looking pretty toast right now. But we're not doing a heck of a lot better. We'll see how we do after Giant Spine. Pangea entering the fray does help with putting in this kind of commitment. It means it would be hard to actually die if we fail, because the pressure from Pan would pull troops back probably. So we'll have to start seeing how Pan does this push. Yeah, I think that's it for turn 50. We can take a look at graphs. Income's still kind of flat. Research probably above Pyrene. Dominion and army size. Cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at turn 51. All right, so we got turn 51 here. And I think this is the big battle. So I haven't looked at the globals in a bit, so I should show those. But we know we have a big battle coming up, so I want to try and make sure I show those. This goes fine. In Rotmersh, just got a little raid. That goes fine. Giant Spine, we get attacked. All right, and this is our big fight. So we've got all the Gentiles. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Gentiles, along with a bunch of buffing mages. We've got 4 of these little Sacred Oni. We've got some Draconians. And then we've got our whole army. Now remember, we do have that miss script where we put our stuff on attack closest, so it's going to run into Howl rather than something like attack largest. So let's go ahead and take a look at this screen. Sort by owner, so you can see all the gems that we're bringing, all the gear that we're bringing. We've got this leadership kit. So she does 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So +7 leadership. And then on Pyrene's side, we've got the Amulets of the Dead. Oh, I also brought my Pretender. I don't think I showed her script. But let's see, we've got 1, 2. Yeah, we've got all these Gentiles, including this one with the Summit. A lot of midget mashers. We have the perfect target for midget mashers, like 30 HP, like semi-elite troops that just will get crushed in one hit. Rather than tons and tons of chaffy things. So yeah, he's got a whole bunch of stuff. Doesn't look like much on the battle map, but it's a lot of power. Quagmire, Storm. Howl. Let's go ahead and see what my Pretender has cast really quick. Power the Spheres, Featherweight Army in case of an Earthquake trap. And this Howl is going to be a pretty big deal. Probably something I should have scripted myself. Alright, here comes our first wave of Steel Slice Living Pillars. We actually got a Petrify cast. I think that was scripted, though. It just happened they came in range. Yeah, we killed a Gentile there. I wanted to try and pull up which one it was. Let's see. Yeah, anti-magic, life after death. Alright. We do have some cold res. But yeah, this is definitely kind of frustrating that they won't cast Petrify. So we have an Earth 5 here, another Earth 5, another Earth 5. And all they got to do is petrify these guys, and they can't midget masher us. They have to take the MR check. It's not an impossible MR check to fail. And we can potentially do a lot of damage to them with Steel Slice Warriors. But instead, what are they casting? Blade Winds, Group Iron Skin. Like, just nothing useful. Yeah, this was a scripted petrify because it was the 5th thing. Just can't get them to cast useful shit on the default casting AI. It's so frustrating. Then we've got another Earth 5 back here. Again, we got our scripting mistake with the attack closest, but we've got multiple mages in range and they just refuse to do anything useful. I don't know what the fuck group Ironskin is going to do against midget mashers. Alright, we finally kill a second one. And we'll have to see if this is replay bugged as well. Oh, did we finally petrify someone? That might have just been a paralyzed cast. Let's see. I want to see how this guy died. It looked like he got petrified. Maybe it was the other Gentile. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's no reason any of these guys should be killing anyone. They should just be permanently petrified from, like, all these mages. Alright, there goes one. I think that might have been a Basalt Queen. But yeah, at this point, it's more about seeing what our casualties are like. So you can see Heat from Hell taking precedence right now. The Grip of Winter caster, I don't know, must have died or retreated. Flying shards. Are you fucking kidding me? An Earth 5 mage casting flying fucking shards. Alright, the route is on. Okay. So we do indeed lose this one. The question is, what do the actual casualties look like? All right, in the actual battle, we kill 5 of the Gentiles, which is a significant amount of Pyrene's power, especially with all the gear invested into them. But we lose so much. We do lose Basalt Kings. I believe the tally is we have lost 3 Basalt Kings and killed 6 Gentiles. So we're now up on that a little bit, but it cost us 108 living pillars, which is a huge portion of our sacreds. Also half of our coral guard, but this is less important. We lose some lesser mages. We also lose a basalt queen, which is definitely painful. But they're more, I guess, like, their function is more divine blessing rather than something like the Basalt Kings. It does make me think that maybe I should have tried to organize my bless in a way where I took a Petrify bless, because maybe the Basalt Queens on advancing cast with that Petrify bless, that would get a lot of the same impact as Petrify. And they're less likely, because they only have the one path, they're less likely to cast other shit. They'd probably do a lot of banishment. But you might get the odd Petrify Smite in there, and that would be nice. Oh, and the other part of this is the retreat. So I'm not sure how many of these guys retreated successfully, because there's like a character limit to this. So I don't know that it just says units retreating. Oh, maybe this is the full list for this thing. But I've seen this exceed the text that they give this. Did any Basalt Kings fail? It looked like most of them retreated successfully. We do lose an Adept, which sucks. But other than that, it seems like we're okay. So cross out an extra Adept here. But yeah, killing 5 Gentiles. It's still lost, though. We lose a lot of tempo. Alright, and then following that up with Dragon Ridge. Just a whole bunch of fucking Draconians. However, we do have a Steel Slice Warriors caster here. So as long as we don't lose all of our commanders, these guys at least hit hard like crazy. This is one where the group Ironskin would probably help a lot. But yeah, we'll see if we get commander sniped here. They do some body ethereal, but the living pillars do have a magic attack. They're hitting our pillars surprisingly hard. Oh, we didn't get blessed. That would do it. Alright. But we do eventually fend off the Draconians. So killed 24 Draconians, but we lose a mage, 2 Coral Priests, 13 living pillars. Not a great trade, to be honest. Marrow Chieftain escapes, I guess. Let's see. Let's go ahead and check out this battle. We got Helheim attacking Rus. Looks like a big Doomstack fight. So, this might be a one-turn episode, because we've got some pretty big battles in this one. We got a bunch of Great Bears from Rus, a bunch of Ironflies. And Ironflies are interesting because they do have a armor-negating shock attack, and it's a magic weapon. And then they've also got this guy, presumably to do Howl, Olga. This is likely based on there was an actual, I think, like Queen Olga who lived in Kiev. And so you can go look up her story. It's pretty crazy. Or Kiev, however you. I know there's a lot of politics around that region right now, but it's a pretty cool story from way back in the day. One of the original Red Wedding stories, if I remember correctly. And then we've got a bunch of long dead horsemen, a bunch of Valkyries, a bunch of Valkyries, and a bunch of mounted herdmen, and some Pegasus riders. Let's see, some Jarls. So, big old Helheim army, and they've got that crazy quad incarnate, and then we've got Roos. Alright, so the Ironflies land on the attack rear bait. Now, these shadow animals are going to get absolutely murked by Ironflies. They have no protection, and they mostly rely on being ethereal? Are they not actually ethereal? Most shadows in the game are ethereal, but these are not, I guess. Interesting. Okay. I feel like they should be ethereal, though. Alright. But the Ironflies are probably going to have no issues killing them. Here's a reminder on the Quad Incarnate. Unholy Weapons, that's the big one for this fight, because Roos is bringing a lot of Sacred Great Bears, Awe, Fire Shield, and Invulnerability. It's a lot of Valkyries. We got mounted herdmen, big line of long dead horsemen for the lance charges into very low protection bears. Are these really not ethereal? Sorry. Nope, just floating. Okay, but they do have reform, I guess. Alright. And right here, it's a key moment. Attack rear, I believe, killed all the leadership for the Roos army. Yeah, so all of this was led by just the one mage and the one chieftain. So now all of this stuff is routed, and the Ironflies are going to dissolve since they're mindless. So on goes the massacre. Curious if this actually happened in the battle. Alright. So, crazy battle. Did that actually happen? It does look like it. They only kill some of the long dead horsemen. They only kill 9 of the Valkyries. 139 Great Bears and 9 Dire Bears die. We can take a look again really quick. I do want to see the Roos Bless. Alright, so she's casting Hell. Or are they just unblessed bears? Now, Nature 3, very fatigued out. Holy 4, should have done Divine Blessing first. Should have bodyguards. Especially since, against a foe like Helheim. Probably should have attack rear bait as well. So yeah, these bears never got blessed. Alright, so some pretty significant scripting errors from Ruse. Then here, I mean, I'm making my own scripting errors. Got a midget masher guy. He's gonna come in. Let's see, 25 ether warriors coming in killing a shark. We get thugged out a little bit. Oh, we make this one route though. So let's check this out. Shock Trident. Ooh, but we've got Amber Clan PD here as well. So what's really nice about them is their combat speed. They're going to get here before, a little bit before the buff cycle ends. I don't think they finished it. Yeah, but they did get off personal iron skin. Ooh. That Atlantean got there just in time to get shocked. And the Coral Guard route. Alright, or route the enemy. See a little bit of fighting there. Sanguine Swamp, we take that. The Battle of the Fortress of Florian. Is this going to be a major battle as well? Potential? The fuck? Oh! This guy already blinked. So he's already back here doing stuff. Heroic toughness. 217 hit points. Oh my goodness. How do you not twice spawn this guy? Alright. So yeah, this is a major Muspelheim army. There's nothing that can be done against this. Alright. Oh, looked at the wrong thing. Loses 5 archers. And Zion is defeated. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Alright. So we got murked here quite a bit. We do see that Pan has this Palisades under siege, and it's cracked. So Pyrene's probably going to have to send some stuff south. So what we're going to do is we're going to regroup. We've got our retreat routes. We've re-scripted. Where's our pretender? So this was the script. So a little bit of group luck, I guess, after the life after death. Yeah, Wrathful Skies, I think, would just hurt me more than it would help. So I'm not sure. Maybe Firestorm would be good to wipe out skeletons and wolves. Maybe that's what I should be going for. And like, I don't think I have Fire Fend yet. Yeah. So I don't have the 8s for that. But if I recruited the right... Let's see, my Bless has some cold res. But I believe some of these guys have fire res, so if I recruited the right army type, I could maybe do something like that, but I think a lot of these guys have fire res built in. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and reorganize our troops and try to probably pull back to Halbathria and Vath. Try to reorganize there. At least he doesn't have a ton of magic phase options. And then these are the little Zephyrs that I'm using as gym mules. There is a downside to using them. They're mindless. So if they do get patrolled out, Granted, 60 stealth is pretty good, but if they do get patrolled out, they're not going to be able to flee the battlefield with their gems. They'll just die with their gems. So I'm trying to be a little bit safer with those gem reloads. And you can see when I'm recruiting, mostly trying to focus on these resists and then the magic weapon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the army size graph. So yeah, we got walloped this turn. Losing a ton of sacreds. And yeah, we gotta try and reconstitute these forces. Fortunately, we do have good, like reasonably good scale, so we can rehire pretty quickly. But it was a pretty significant gem investment, so that'll take a while to recover as well. And then, yeah, Bante is continuing to make progress throughout invading them. And then we see Helheim making all sorts of progress. So, I mean, we'll see if they ever end up fighting each other. They may or may not. But nothing we can do about it at the moment, except hope they don't invade us right now. And then, yeah, I think that's it for turn 51. I'll go ahead and cut this one off at 36 minutes. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.